joining us here, fresh from the U, as well as Georgia football. Carson Beck, QB4 in your program, number one in your heart. Good to see you. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Look at you finally at a scouting combine.
Here we are. This took a while, but
it took a while.
We're here.
You know, it's kind of crazy. It is true, right? You were in the same recruiting class as Bryce Young, right?
Yep.
And Stroud?
2020 class, yes, sir.
Back in that, really?
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. Is that where you first met those guys?
Yes, sir. At the opening would be the first time, you know.
So you've been at it a while.
A little bit, 6 years, you know. So
that's kind of crazy. Obviously, in this day and age, longevity in college, there's a lot of reasons for it. How come you stuck around in college, do you think, as long as you did?
Well, I didn't play my first 3 years. I sat behind Stetson.
Yep.
And, you know, obviously he was able to win 2 national championships with Georgia. We had a lot of success. So I finally got my turn, played the 2 years there. And then
got hurt.
I had the elbow injury. So, it kind of just happened that way. Everyone has a different path. And it's just something that I've accepted. And it was a lot of fun, so I had a lot of fun doing it.
I'd imagine, though, your experience is something you're pounding the table about in meetings with
100%,
NFL teams, right?
100%.
Well, what are they asking you about? What's the general question?
Well, obviously the experience itself, I think that speaks for itself. You know, I played in 40-plus games and won a lot of them. So, again, I've been on some really, really good teams with a lot of great guys around me. But, I mean, questions are all over the place, from ball knowledge to getting up on the board and drawing different things. And then teams just, finding out more about me, right? Just wanting to know about me and, what's going on, who is, Carson. So, again, it's been a really cool experience, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the week.
Well, you're from Jacksonville, right?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
where you're from originally?
Mm-hmm.
Were you a Jaguar fan growing up?
No, not really. I never had a team that I was really a fan of.
Okay.
I more grew up watching quarterbacks. So again, you guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. We're all guys that I grew up and loved and watched.
Have you met any of those three?
I've met Tom Brady before.
Okay.
And Peyton Manning, actually.
All right. So where'd you meet Brady?
Tom Brady actually came and talked to our team before the season this past year. So that was pretty cool. I was like, wow, this is dope, to get some knowledge from him. And then I met Peyton Manning at the Manning camp, and down in Louisiana 2 years ago.
Okay. So Brady spoke to the U
Yes,
before?
he did. Yeah.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. Ask Coach Cristobal. They got connects.
he figured it out like that. Because, I mean, you got goats all over the place at the U.
100%.
All the time,
all
I'm sure.
the time.
And then Peyton, so you went to the Manning quarterback camp?
Yes, sir.
Who was with you there?
There's a ton of quarterbacks.
Right?
A ton of quarterbacks that are here right now that were down there. And, you help out for the week. There's a bunch of kids. So, again, that was a super cool experience, too.
Carson Beck here on the Rich Eisen Show. We're on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, ESPN Radio. ESPN Radio back here with us, Carson Beck from the U on the Rich Eisen Show. So, when I was talking last year with, say, Tyler Shuck, okay, and he had a ton of experience, and he also said, I am above a lot of the people that might be in my group. He was very humble about it, talking about a lot of starts, different places, overcoming injury. That sounds like a professional quarterback, right? And that, do you feel similar to what I just basically described, that you've already experienced a lot of what a professional quarterback experiences?
100%, Again, I was at Georgia and Miami, so that's the different places. The injury, obviously, last year with the elbow and having to go through that and rehab through that. And then the experience. Again, like I just said, 40-plus games, a lot of big-time games, too, being at Georgia and, the top 10 matchups. And then this past year, making the playoff run, playing against a bunch of top 10 teams. It's been a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
What would you say to pound the table that you're a first-round draft choice, Carson Beck?
I think, again, my experience, holds itself, and then the mental side of the game, the processing, the ability that I have there, I think is what I'm really good at and what I'm able to really bring to the table, and the way that I'm able to run an offense and do what I need the coach to tell me to do.
Which teams have you had meetings with?
Shoot, a lot.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's a ton to go through. So.
All right, the top 10 teams
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
have reached out to you and sat down and put you on the grease board and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What's the weirdest question you've been asked?
The weirdest question? I don't think I've been asked any weird questions. No, it's all been pretty straightforward. No really gotcha questions or weird questions. It's been really cool to get to sit down and have that opportunity to talk to these coaches, GMs, owners, all these different people that, again, they're looking for players, and they got so many guys running through the door the whole entire day. To have that opportunity to be one of those guys is really, really cool. Well,
I mean, there's only two guys at this combine. One is obviously the de facto first overall selection in Fernando Mendoza, and then there's you, who played in the final game of college football this year. What was that like for you waking up that morning on national championship game day, Carson? What was that like?
It was cool. Obviously, there was a lot of emotion there, and just super grateful to have made it there, to have that team that we had around me, to have those coaches and all of us, all the work that we put in to be able to get to that moment, right? And everything that we worked for, obviously, it didn't end the way that we wanted to. We lost to a really good Indiana team. They were really well prepared and played. I mean, they played their butts off. And, they were able to, obviously win in the end, and we weren't, which obviously sucks. It's not how we envisioned it going. But again, to be able to make it to that moment with that team and to see how much work we put in through all the doubt, through all everybody said that we weren't going to be there, right? We almost didn't make it into the playoffs in the first place. So again, super proud of those guys, and to wake up that morning and have that opportunity to do that was really, really cool.
And then the guys the goats on the sidelines. My guy Irv with the belt hitting the Gatorade jug. Ray Lewis. He came up to you right before the final drive, did he?
Yeah, he did. He did come up to me. He did the same thing in the Ole Miss game, which I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Walk me through that.
Just when Ray Lewis comes up and talks to you on the sideline, it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
That's freaking Ray Lewis. So
right.
Again, so my dad actually played linebacker at the Naval Academy. So me growing up, I always wanted to play defense. He was like, nah, you're going to play quarterback. I guess my dad saw the potential at a young age.
Yes,
but
it's good.
I always looked up to Ray Lewis. He's one person that I always looked up to, wanted to be like the way he carried himself, a fierce competitor, someone who's not afraid of anything. And then to be in these playoff games in the national championship, and you got someone that I've looked up to my whole entire life coming up and talking to me to give me encouragement. That's freaking cool.
That is pretty cool. And you've had some really cool experiences, and now comes spinning it at the Combine. What do you want teams to think about you when you're done with your workout here on Saturday, Carson?
Yeah, absolutely. I think first and foremost, just that I'm a competitor. This is something that I've dreamed of my whole entire life, to have this opportunity to come to the Combine, come compete at the Combine, go throw with a bunch of other guys and just have fun, So again, what their opinion of me is obviously is left up to them, but for them, I want them to know that I'm a competitor and that I'm here to work and go have fun.
Because it is wide open to be a first-round draft choice at the quarterback spot in this draft, Carson. Right? You're finally putting your name in for an NFL draft, and you have an opportunity to compete and do for yourself what many people think might not be possible. Does that go through your head at all?
Yeah, obviously that would be a super cool opportunity, and even just having the opportunity to go anywhere, wherever it is, right, is for me, and especially with this last year that I went through with the elbow, the injury, the surgery, rehabbing from that, to even have an opportunity to be at this Combine and to have an opportunity to be drafted is a blessing within itself. So wherever I land, I'll be super grateful for that opportunity.
I wish you the best of luck with it, sir.
Thank you so much.
That's Carson Beck right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.